Manchester, it's the best city in the world.
Hello, my name's Jamie Adam and I head up Savills' Northern New Homes business. Welcome to Manchester. Over the course of the next few minutes, we're going to bring you right up to speed with everything that's been happening in the residential and lettings market here in the city over the past few years.
Landlords choose to invest in Manchester because it's a world-class destination for investors, homeowners and tenants. It's a city that embraces diversity, opportunity and creativity, and it has the ability to attract and retain the very best of global talent.
The things that attracted me to invest in Manchester was ultimately the purchase price and the attractive yields.
The market is incredibly busy at the moment. We're seeing between 20 to 30 inquiries per property, and more often than not we're doing same-day deals.
Manchester's property market has performed incredibly well over the last 2.5 years, despite the global pandemic. We've seen very significant increases in demand for investment properties, both from a domestic but also from an international audience. And a number of schemes have launched over the past 2 years where significant numbers of units have been reserved at a very early stage, in some cases even pre-construction. The city centre of Manchester is predominantly apartment-led in terms of development, and we've seen a significant number of medium to high-rise buildings developed over the last 4 to 5 years, which has changed Manchester's skyline, but also developed a new quality of residential property within the city, which is both appealing to purchasers but also to tenants.
Rental demand across the regional cities in the UK is very strong, but Manchester, no doubt, is a leader in that space. The appetite amongst investors and tenants alike is relentless. We've seen rents gradually rise over the course of the last 5 years, and that has been driven by the distinct lack of supply of good quality stock. What we're crying out for is more good quality new home stock to come to market to satisfy this crazy demand. It's one of the most resilient markets around. My team recently advertised a scheme with 150 units, fully let within the space of just 5 weeks, and the truth is we could have let it another time over.
Manchester's incredibly well placed for infrastructure, be it HS2 that's coming, be it the existing railway connection to London with journey times of just over 2 hours, the tram network in Manchester with a significant network already constructed and more coming all the time, or the airport, including numerous international flights to major destinations across the Middle East and Far East.
Personally, I absolutely love Manchester. I feel like it's got everything you need all in one place.
The very city centre, which is very convenient, very prosperous, many opportunities, and presents you the potential for growth with the economy. Hong Kong is also a very vibrant city, a financial hub. The life is already modern for many years. So high rises, socializing, crowded people together, that's already the norm. I think Manchester is a very good entry point for that because it's quite familiar.
Of course, everybody knows Manchester for two things: football and music. We're lucky enough to have two of the world's leading football clubs based here in the city, Manchester United and Manchester City. And Manchester wouldn't be Manchester without the music. The demographic that's attracted to Manchester is a price-conscious, young demographic, particularly fresh out of university, so recent graduates.
So I would say the biggest change in the tenant profile is the age group. They're definitely getting younger, not necessarily always professional people, and it's probably just worth bearing that in mind when you're looking at which blocks to invest in. Do they appeal to a younger audience?
Manchester's evolved, certainly since the arrival of the BBC and ITV into the Media City hub, as a destination for creative arts, television, broadcasting, digital. So we're seeing a significant growth in that sector. There's circa 86,000 people directly employed within the digital media and arts sector within the city.
The businesses that are coming to the city are not doing so as a consequence of cost saving. They're coming because they see the real benefits of people, of the real estate and the wider offer of the city centre.
Manchester's lucky to be home to some of the largest national and international brands, be they big accountancy firms like PwC and KPMG, to some of the larger banking organisations such as HSBC. The tech industry in Manchester has grown up significantly, and new occupiers including Amazon with 600 jobs, Google, Uber and Booking.com have all taken space within the city over the past 5 years and continue to grow their offering here.
Choose your entry point and make sure that you know your target audience. In Manchester you'll see there's a lot of these new high-rise developments that offer more than just a flat. They've all the amenities, almost of a 5-star hotel. And also I would make sure you use a reputable management agent, because it'll save you a lot of headaches along the way.
My top pick for investment property in the city right now would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with a car parking space. As much as I would love that to be in the heart of the city centre, frankly there isn't an awful lot available in the city centre itself, so we'd be looking at the ring of development that's taken place over the past 5 years. I would probably look either in some of the slightly more established residential locations, alternatively for a longer term investment, some of the new emerging areas. With increasing interest rates globally, investors will be concerned about how that might impact on their property purchase. Our experience has shown that with increasing interest rates comes significant increases in demand for rental property as opposed to those people who are looking to buy. So from a rental perspective at least, interest rate increases can be seen as a positive in the long term. Manchester is expected to see population growth in the city centre approaching 60,000 new residents by 2032.
Stock levels remain low across the city. I think the latest figures suggested around 650 properties available. And what I want to do is give you an example of the student market alone. Manchester has 100,000 students. 36,000 of those choose to stay within the region post-graduation. 10,000 of those students actually call the city centre their home. And last year, there were only 5,500 new build properties that came to market. Those figures alone suggest to you that demand is far outstripping supply.